10:03, how you be? My name is Jack Willard. Welcome to Worldwide Ramblings Around the Globe. Well, to be totally honest, there's some places we can't penetrate, North Korea being one of them. I don't think we're getting into China, but nevertheless, we're here. Chris Starry is here. Hi, Chris Starry. How are you? How you doing? Elaine Peterson as well. Hi, Elaine. Hello, Jack. Elaine was on our promo earlier from the backyard with the deer. Well, it's where the deer and the antelopes play. Haven't really seen any antelopes. I don't know if I've ever met one. Maybe at the zoo. Remember that Simon and Garfunkel song, All About the Zoo? Never really thought much of that song. It's okay. Helen McDonald from Australia is here. Justin Battinger. Hi, Jack. Christari doesn't feel good. Tell us more. Tell us more. Tammy Griffin. Hello. Hey, Tammy. Thank you for hitting the Cash App late last live show. I don't mean the live in the backyard. I mean the worldwide ramblings we did on Thursday night. Thank you so much, Tammy, for hitting the Cash App there. Karen Phillips always here. Hi, Jack and family. What's going on with you, Karen Phillips? You're just a name that I see appear for a while, but I don't know anything about you. I don't know what your interests are. I suspect you like Bob Joyce, Pastor Bob Joyce. I do suspect that. Some new people. Pine Pisano. No, not Pine. Pina Spisano. Well, that's different. I've never met a Pina before. Hello, where are you watching us from, Pina? Yes, good to have you here, Helen. Amanda Mosheni. No. Moseni. Hello, Jack. I'm from the UK. Wonderful. It's a big place. Are you in England? Miles Wright. Hi, Jack and all. How are you, Miles? Retired Miles Wright? Am I right in saying Pina or is it Pina? No, it wouldn't be Ya. From Canada. Oh, okay. Is it chilly up there? It's 42 down here, not that far from you in the Hudson Valley of New York. Haven't been up to Canada since, well, that would be the second marriage when we used to drive into Canada without having to have a passport or anything from Calais, Maine. But in Canada, they call it Calais, which is really, really nice. It gives it a whole new class. Not a lot happening in Calais. That's probably why it's just about the most affordable place to live in Maine, I think. I don't know if there's a place more affordable. If there is, let me know. Let me know. We love Maine, but we're never going to live there. We just visit. Go to Madden's. You got to go to Madden's if you live in Maine. Jupiter's Realm is here. Hi, Jack and everyone. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. M. Silva even joins us from the Lone Star State. One of these days, we're going to get together with a hubby for dinner at the Sirloin Stockade. I don't know if any of you remember here in the States, the old Ponderosa, but Sirloin Stockade in Rock Hill, Round Rock. I always do that because I lived in Rock Hill, and there's a Rock Hill that's about, I don't know, 12 miles from here, climbing the Catskill Mountains. Before you get to Monticello, there's Rock Hill, and there's Rock Hill, South Carolina. I mean, Round Rock, South Carolina. There's Rock Hill. No, I was right. I was right. Why do I doubt myself so? Rock Hill, South Carolina, where I lived for almost 2 years, and then Round Rock, Texas. Yeah. Good to have you aboard, M. Silva. Nancy and in memoriam Terry Whitmore's here. Hello, Jack. Well, you say Pina, but you didn't sound anything out, so I'm still saying Pina. Is that correct? I guess it is, right? You're in Toronto. Well, that's a happening place, isn't it? I've been there, visited Vancouver, Hamilton, but lived in Montreal for like um, 6 months. Yeah, like July through the end of December in 19. Are you ready for this? 1964. 1964. And in my new program, which may very well debut tomorrow, called, don't forget the title now, Jack. I'm forgetting the title. That's funny. Um, has to do with the end of the road. And the word ramblings is in there. I'll think of it in a second. Sure, I will. Hi, Richard Lyon. For a moment, I thought you said hello from WPLJ. I thought that was what you were saying. Did you listen to WPLJ back in the day, Richard Lyon? Or were you an AM kind of guy? WNBC and CBS News Radio 88. Can you believe, Richard, that CBS News Radio just went off the air and was replaced by another sports network? Okay, you're into sports. I don't really get most of the sports that a lot of these people are into. But do we really want another outlet where most of their program is going to be, hey, it's Joey from the Bronx. I just don't think the Rangers, they're playing seriously this year. That's how you want to spend the remaining minutes of your life listening to Joey? No, listen to me instead. Listen to me. Huh. Um, Gary with two R's. I like that. Gary Carroll. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to you, Gary. Um, and where might you be? I think we've had you before. I remember the two R's. There could be someone else that came on with two R's in there, Gary. But welcome, welcome. Charmaine is here. Hi, Charmaine. Hello. I think we've had you before, but she retracted her message. Teresa Lee Leonard is here. Hello from Sydney, Australia. Hi, Charmaine. Welcome. How long have you lived there? All your life? Or I'm you just assume someone from Australia has been there all their life. I wouldn't assume that if you were from New Jersey, so why should I assume it? Because you're in Sydney. I don't know. Uh, Nancy DeMarco. I spoke of you when I showed that fancy electric bike at Mr. Washy Washy Laundry, live from the laundry. I show the bike and I say, this is perfect for Nancy DeMarco, just in case you missed that, Nancy. I don't know if I can afford to buy it for you. I think it's about $1,600, something like that. It's a nice one, but come on, they're not safe. Not with the drivers we have today. Oi, just on that trip down to Westchester Medical Center and back, I saw some outrageous driving. Outrageous driving. It is time to address this via in the car technology. In the car technology. Hate to have to do that, and of course, I'm not the one that could ever enact that. I think it's coming because these people can create horrendous accidents. Forget about the motorcycle, Marty Greco. Look, we've got, is it Timmy that's been in a coma for over a month now that we're praying for? I think a relative of Brenda Noyce. Um, Every year I get on here in May and I make a plea that nobody listens to, saying reconsider it. It's a different world now. The XYZ generation alone will blow you into kingdom come. Blow you into kingdom come. I can't say that enough. I understand the passion, but it's a different brood of people out there. And we have, in so many cases, yes, there are speed cameras and stuff like that. But in so many cases, we have 1956 technology. And I don't think I saw a single cop between uh, here and Westchester Medical Center and back. I didn't see anybody pulled over. I saw a lot of people driving like they were in the Indy 500. I did. Jody Smith, evening, Jack. Just got out of the shower. Oh, well, that's different. That's different, Jody. No need to dress for the show. Don't worry now. Just joking. Um, Teresa Lee Leonard. Hello, Teresa Lee Leonard, says Nancy DeMarco. Jack, what do you think about the Bubba rumors with Trump? I think they are getting desperate. You may have heard a piece of news. I was going to comment tonight. I'm sick of today's weekend presentation of the news. I mean, I love John Scott on Fox News. They should have put him on later than 3 o'clock. People are out doing their chores. He's too good to be on at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. But man, it's all the news I heard Thursday and Friday. I'm sick of seeing your field reporters sitting in a studio in front of a fake background. Man, they might as well be doing it in bed. And they're telling me something I heard yesterday and I heard Thursday. You know, nothing went on anywhere else. No reporter in the street there. And what about the fact that when there's demonstrations and stuff, it's gotten to the point they don't want to send reporters there because it's too damn dangerous. You got to send them out with a crew of like four big guys. I think you could be on that crew, Richard Lyon. I think you're tough enough to do it. You could work for Fox and protect people like Alexis McAdams, who's a cutie patootie, if there ever was one, or who's the one I follow on Facebook that plays the bass guitar, no, lead blues guitar. Tammy, going on a motorcycle ride tomorrow with our church group, but we are very rural here once we leave our little town. Okay. Where are you again, Tammy? You must be in warmer weather than this. I will watch later, says Christari. Just don't feel good. Okay. It's terrible when you don't feel good. Give me an update in the email when you can. Let me know what's going on. Not so much pictures of your arm, but just tell me. Speak it in your own words because I think that's how you do it. And let me know what's going on with you. Okay. I don't necessarily need your medical records. I just want to hear from the hat what's going on with you. Jack, I go to the orthopedic surgeon on Tuesday. Prayers, please. Okay. Okay. There are people that there's two kinds of surgeons for the surgery you need. And more than once, I've heard that the orthopedic surgeon is the lesser of the two. Why can't I remember more about that? I don't know. Um, and why did they say that? It was a while ago. It wasn't that long ago. But I wish I could spit that out for you, Marty. Look into that. Homer Overcash. Hello, Jack and everyone from North Carolina. Yes, yes, yes. Wonderful place. What's the temperature there, Homer, in North Carolina today? Hope you feel better soon, Chris Dari. I will say a prayer for you. Amen. That's one of the things we do here, and it's one of the best things that we do. The fervent prayer of a righteous man will availeth much. So you don't need me praying for you. It's one of the things we're going to talk about on the new series. Um, I had several titles in mind for it, and I decided on a title I've now forgotten. So I'm going to have to look at my own video there that we did just this afternoon. I talk about the guy Robert's active retirement here on Facebook. I know that Elaine Peterson has seen him, and he does. I think it's a video called Seven Harsh Realities of Getting Old or of Being 77, something like that, because he's 77 going on 78. He might have just turned 78. I'm not sure. But he says the forgetfulness. And of course, the first thing you think is, here's the start of it. Here's the start of dementia. It's the first thing you think. I heard those drugs for to hold back dementia, to slow it down, are harsh. Speaking of the word harsh. So tell me, Richard Jack, it was something they said. Trump, I got to be careful because Trump is not correct. you know, Trump didn't was. Trump was in the emails and it was disgusting. Just wanted to know your thoughts. Well, I need more. I need a little bit more than that because I don't know what Trump didn't was is. I can only say this much. We know that Bill Clinton is a major sex addict, right? We know that. They refer to that little room where Trump has all his merchandise off the Oval Office. Bill Maher likes to call that what it was during the Clinton administration, which was the BJ room. We're all adults here. We know that refers to Billy Joe McAllister, who jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge because he was gay. At least that's how Robbie Benson portrayed it in the movie, the TV movie. So what it comes down to, Richard, is that do they have hardcore evidence that Trump was involved with underage girls? Does he like underage girls? Yeah, he does. He walked into the dressing room. He didn't deny this, of Miss USA teen pageant dressing room. So he shouldn't have done that. And but has he acted on that with someone? Now, if we're talking 17 and we're talking 14, it's a world of difference. Right over there, I see the picture of, is he not even a prince anymore? Prince Andrew. New royal bomb drop, and there's the picture of the woman who unfortunately took her own life not that long ago, and has it been a year already since she took her life? And here she is with her belly shirt on, with a much younger Prince Andrew with his arm around her. He says he doesn't remember taking the photo and all that. But she was someone who was there at Epstein Island. She wasn't handcuffed to a pole. She was there voluntarily, making a lot of money doing what she did. And she's not a kid. She looks like she could easily be 18, 19. And then there's the thing now that they're saying about former Prince Andrew, who's cast away at this little vacation house that they tend to go to. I think maybe William and Kate were married there. They're saying that he could face charges over what? Over bringing prostitutes to Buckingham Palace. Are you kidding me? We're talking adults. There's no way he would invite underage minors into Buckingham Palace. We're talking about women that could have looked like, would have had to look like a girlfriend, like a girlfriend, but she was really a prostitute, And that we're going to bring up charges on that. This is the oldest profession in the world. They say that often. I don't think that's true, but it's been around forever. And well, I think I'll save that for the new show. The new show, which will be pre-recorded, and it'll come on a couple times a week, whatever. I'm not sure, but I'm going to be committed. I'm not just going to do a few and forget it. And I'll tell you more about that. Um, so we do know that President Trump threw Jeffrey Epstein out of one of his clubs, one of his casinos, whatever it was, party room, whatever, when he thought his behavior was way over the top. He did fly with him a number of times. He did hang with him. And we can't pretend for a moment that President Trump was, living a faithful life. He wasn't. He was very much a playboy. And we saw that when he was talking to Billy Bush and what have you. Then we have President Trump today. Possibly, in my humble opinion, this will lose a few people that don't agree because we even have new people here. To me, in a lot of ways, not a choir boy, not a deep spiritual man, but I think after the incident in Butler, PA, especially, he really realizes, and the fact that he's getting old, he's going to be 80 years old. Come on, he's a different man today. He's better with the press, and he's better in his. I certainly believe he's much better in the choices he makes regarding his personal life. Not back in the day, not back in the day. And when you add it all up, he's the hardest working president of my lifetime, and I think the best president of my lifetime, warts and all. Warts and all. What do you think, Richard? Don't leave me hanging here. Tell me more. um, let's see here. Helen McDonald is speaking to fellow Aussie Jackie Organ. Jupiter's realm, we had a couple cold days on Sunday, Monday, a low of 25. That's cold. High 45, but it's been upper 60s to low 70s. See, people say, oh, it fluctuates too much, and that's when you get a cold. I don't think so, by the way. You don't get a cold by the temperature going from 25 to 65. I don't think that's true. Um, but I will take that any day, as opposed to 25 for 3 or 4 months, or just 35, and a nice warm day where you can put on your shorts. Heck yeah. Because I detest winter. I do. I don't like it at all. The time change messes with people's depression and what have you. They don't like to see it pitch black at 5 o'clock. And it gives a lot of people the blues. Well, I can't say that and let it stand, because we contribute to giving ourselves the blues. We have been given techniques, we've been given a mind, and we can do things that chase those blues away. Now, some people have clinical depression and they need medication. They need lithium. They do. And lithium has saved a lot of people from a lifetime in a mental facility in a psych center like Rockland County. You know about Rockland County, Richard. So it does. It does give people a hurdle. Pamela, I guess, were you here before, Pamela Maltese? And I think the last time you were making fun of my glasses, so I better put them on. Hi, Gramps. So how old are you, Pamela? you know, you're hiding behind a name that could be yours and isn't yours. How old are you? You could tell me that, right? So it would give me some perspective. Isn't that fair? Or are you not a fair person? Pamela Maltese Falcon. Uh, let's see here. Right now we have 48. Oh, I lost one. Somebody probably lost Pamela. You're 15. Oh, no, you're not. I don't get any 15-year-old viewers. Um, oh, let's see here. I do not believe it's likely that you're 15. I am so. Uh-huh. Where what part of the country or what part you could be from a whole different country. So you were here before. Why are you here now? I don't think it's because you believe. Do you? This is a serious question, Pamela. Do you know who Elvis Presley is? Do you know? And how did you first learn of him? Let's see. Um, so you were born around 2010? 2010 then? Tell me more before you leave. Tell me more. Sam Semi, $2 on the thanks button. Elvis, well, thank you, Sam Semi. The thanks button is right down there. It's our virtual tip jar, and that helps us so much. Tip jar. Um, we're working on the month of December now, late in December, 23rd maybe of December. We're always a month behind. You say you're in Scotland, Pamela? And so you, you didn't answer my Elvis question, did you? You have heard of Elvis? Okay. So you're saying Gramps. So what do you think about all this, Pamela? What do you think about this? What's your uh, what's your reason for being here? Not that I'm not happy that you're here. I mean, I may regret that statement. It depends on what you say. But I was 15 once. I think I was too. Not telling how many years ago, though. Well, that's all right. Women don't tend to tell their age as they get older. When you're 15, you might say, I'm 15 and a half. I'm 15 and a half. I'm 15 and three quarters. Next year, I get my driver's license. Now, I don't know how old you have to be to get a driver's license in Scotland. We do get Scotland people here. It's not new to us. We got a guy. What the heck? What the heck is his name? Hmm. Now you're saying yes, sir. So it's getting better. But you called me Gramps. So yeah, when I was 15, I thought 69. Oh, it's so old. All I can tell you is when time passes on and say you're 55, you won't think 69 is that old. But yeah, you're right. I mean, I used to be out on the playground of St. Joseph's Catholic School in the 60s. That's right, the 1960s, Pamela. And I would think about the year 2000 and I would do the math. I wasn't good at math, but I could do that kind of math and say, well, I'll be 46 in 2000. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. But when I was 15, I was skipping school a lot. I hate to admit this, um, and knew that I wanted to quit school when I was 16 and get my GED and then go on to broadcast school and, work a job. I told my mom I would do all this, and I did. So the day I turned 16, she went to the school with me. We spoke to the guidance counselor, and I was allowed to quit school. I was allowed to quit school. I had my high school diploma, the GED version, before my class graduated. I'm not advising this for you um, in any way, shape, or form. And then I went on to broadcasting school. In the meantime, I worked at McDonald's. And do you have a McDonald's in Scotland? Do you have a McDonald's anywhere near you, Pamela? And We are about 85 feet above sea level here, but leaves are beautiful right now. 85 feet above sea level. See, because I have a GED and didn't really study, you know, science, geography that much, it's not something I can really understand. Um, 85 feet above sea level means you're much closer to the sea than other people. This is how bad it is. I just got to be honest and say I have no idea. I have no idea. So feel free to school me. To school me. Ah, you want to meet me? That's it. I got it now, Pamela. You gave yourself away. Um, yeah, you don't want to meet anyone you would call Gramps. You're hoping that I will say something like, well, just send me an email, Jack the Fair Guy. um, Send me an email. This is a trap. What's that Elvis Presley song, Richard? Caught in a trap, can't get out. It'd be better if you go over to Bill Clinton's house. He's in Katona. It's not that far from where I am. I've never been to Katona that I know. It's the ritzy section of Westchester, right, Richard? Speak to me, Richard. If I ask Richard 12 things, he might answer one. That's one or two. One or two. Um, Hello, Jack and all. I fell asleep, just woke up. All right, Brenda. But thank you, Sam Sammy, for hitting the thanks button. I don't even believe you're from Scotland now. I don't think so. And what do men wear under those kilts? Tell me. Everybody always asks that. It's not a pervert question. It's just that every time I've ever heard anybody talk about kilts, they ask what's under those kilts. Just going back a little bit here. Hi, Robin Roman. Hello, Jack and family. 75 degrees in Denver? Really? That's unusual because you can have snow in June, can't you? Yes, you can. I'll answer the question for you. I even want to say you had snow in July once. Is that not true, Robin Roman? Um, so no, responses like no and yes, Pamela, are hard to know what you're referring to because I skip around so much. I don't know what question you're knowing or yesing to because, we've gone past it. So you'd have to say, no, I'm not this. No, I am not. No, I am not that. Yes, that's what I meant. Yes, I was referring to this because otherwise I don't, you know. See, one of the things that happens as you get older, Pamela, whether you're 15 or not, the memory starts to go a little bit. It starts to go a little bit. And it's no fun. It's no fun. There's another yes. Yes, sir. I like that. Yes, sir. That's intriguing to me also. That's intriguing to me also. Um, I said no. Okay. I don't know what you're saying. Want to meet you. Yes. Oh, Sydney Sweeney says that to me all the time. And I say, I can't do it. Would not be appropriate. Why did you cut your hair? She didn't like it when she cut her hair, and I didn't like it when she cut her hair. But why should I even have an opinion? That's the crazy thing, you know. Um, she's got a movie coming out with Amanda Seyfried. They become besties. Imagine that. Yeah. And if she has visited her home, her Catskill home, it's right up the hill, few hills, past Rock Hill, New York. You got to get up. You got to get up higher into the Catskills than that. If I were going to guess where Amanda lives, I would go for something like White Lake. White Lake, there's a lot of lakes in Sullivan County. Right, Richard? Did you ever go up there? He won't answer. He never answers, but almost never. I wonder if Richard ever went up to Yankee Lake, or was it always Jones Beach for you, huh? I bet you Richard went to Jones Beach right down there on the Island, on Long Island. Yeah. I get homeschooled, got in trouble in school. Yeah, you're a fake. Got in trouble in school. Well, you can read it for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Um, yeah, yeah. So you're right there on the edge of, not being good for this channel, Pamela. You're right there on the edge. We don't want to rush to judgment, though. Adam Davidson is here again. Proud grandpa. Maybe I'll show those photos again, but I should do it when we're doing pre-recorded, because that would be better. Jack, in other words, I'm 300 miles from the North Carolina ocean and 100 miles from North Carolina mountains. So, no, 85 feet above sea level is not distance from the ocean, it's elevation. All stuff I would have learned if I actually paid attention in school and didn't look to get out the door as fast as I could go. I knew to be a rock and roll disc jockey, I didn't need to know about some of the things in the math class. And I told myself I couldn't learn it, and I was right. I couldn't learn it. Self-fulfilling prophecy. I specialized in that. And it can happen to me today if I'm not careful. It can happen to me today. It happened to me in radio. Oh, I can't make a big market. I don't have the production skills. I don't think I said I didn't have enough on-air talent, but doing a radio show is only part of what you used to do at a radio station. You had to do commercials 2-3 hours besides your 4-hour shift. You had to do commercials, and some of them would be very complicated, and they quickly learned, don't give the complicated stuff to Willard. He's not going to be able to do it. So they give me the easy stuff. They gave me donuts. Even then they knew I liked donuts, right? A donut is a spot that starts with a jingle, and you know I've said this before. We've got you covered wall to wall. The Carpet Connection has it all. This week at Broadloom City, they've got Berber on sale, and you won't want to miss this sale. Just $6.99 a yard. $6.99 a yard this week at Broadloom City. And then they start singing. Now, if I don't make it and they're singing over my voice, I got to go and do another take because I blew the don't. I don't want to say that. Richard, you're laughing. Stop it. I made a mistake. I made an error and messed up the donut. So now I've got to take two, because the last thing a sponsor wants to hear is me making the commercial sound lousy. Do you understand? Oh, look at this. Now, it's been a while, Carmen Sylvia. You better have a good excuse. I got sick of you, Jack. I got sick of you. Carmen Sylvia has a channel right here on YouTube. Check out Carmen Sylvia. She's a singer, but not in a rock and roll band. Were you ever in a rock and roll band, Carmen? So it's very interesting what you just said, Homer, and I wish I could glean something profound from it. But um, let's see, where is the Hudson River? It's up in Fishkill. So I'm 25 miles from the Hudson River. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know, Robin Roman. I'm going to have to put on the dunce cap. It's been snowing in the mountains, but not in the city. Most people think that Colorado is cold. Not so. been in the middle, been in the middle, but but had a cold front, freezing one day last week, but back to normal. Well, gee, I don't know about Colorado weather ever being called normal. People pass out because of the elevation, right? It's very high elevation. What is the elevation? I don't know. Does that mean they get nosebleeds in Colorado? Um, and We used to make jokes about pot because there were so many pot stores in Colorado, but now right down the road, right down the road is a very nice pot store. Not in this city where I'm talking to you from in the Hudson Valley, but right down the road, there's a wonderful pot store. Um, Karen does a little vaping to get her back to sleep when she's having pain and what have you. You have permission to show the picture. Okay. I know you're very proud of that. And I just think I'm going to get the same result where you're washed out, you know. But if I do it in terms of a pre-recorded video, not usually so. It means you're not far from the Hudson River. Well, that I can comprehend, Homer. That I can comprehend. So, what did you do for a living, Homer? And are you still doing it? And what's the one secret you'd never want anybody to know? I'm sure Pamela has one. She's probably gone. Aren't you? No, she's still here. Do you know Pamela Anderson? She's my auntie. No, she's not. And you're from Scotland. See, the story is not going to work. She's very rich and she homeschools me. I'd love to know who this really is. I'd love to know who this really is. I'm starting to get the vibe I could know who Pamela is. I'm starting to get the vibe. Trying to get the feeling again. Now, I did not bring my crystal ball, Pamela, and I don't do tarot cards. They're of the devil. I'm sorry. Don't let mediums, don't let soothsayers, those kind of people be named amongst you, says the good book. Jack, I'm watching the new series of Landman with Billy Bob Thornton. I thought that didn't debut to, what's the date today? I thought it didn't debut to tomorrow, November 16th. So a lot of people love that show, right? And I have a feeling you're amongst them. Maybe I should give that show a try. Just this feuding families thing. I don't know, like with Kevin Costner there. Of course, he didn't want to do another season. He didn't like the scripts. He didn't like the scripts. So when you're Kevin Costner, you can say, "Gee, I don't." It's a struggle because you don't want to hurt the cast. It's counting on you coming back, but you also have a reputation, and you're at the level where you can do as you gosh darn please. You know, and Pamela, the chance of you being 15 and from Scotland and you exposed yourself to your teacher and your auntie is Pamela Anderson is what's that song from the 60s? Richard probably just slipped away, so he won't be able to verify this. A million to one. Actually, Donny Osmond did it in the 70s too as a minor hit for him. So people might have heard it then. So, ah, dear. I just have a feeling you're somebody else. I don't know. Jack, it is November 16 here in Australia. So, let's see, what is this? Not AMC. This is what? HBO Max? No, it's the other one. Paramount Plus? Paramount Plus? Um, they would release it when they release it, not in different time zones, right? If it's released there, if it's dropped there, be dropped here. I'm almost positive of that. Uh, yes, your new grandson is Dallas. Oh, did I turn my phone off? Yeah. Okay. Give it a sec there, Adam Davidson. Um, must be tomorrow in Australia. Yeah, but as I say, when they drop it is when they drop it. I had that Donny Osmond album, A Million to One. That was the actual name of the album. Huh. Something interesting going on in the Donny show in Las Vegas. If Vinny Maru was here, he could maybe, uh, well, he could testify to it. I don't know if he's ever seen the show, but he's got this young chap, I guess he's like 13, playing young Donny. You know, he looks very close to him, wears the hat like Donny would sometimes wear. And he comes out and he does young Donny Osmond during the Donny Osmond show. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And there's an interview that you can find here on YouTube between Donnie and this kid. And the young Donnie says, "What's it feel like, you know, to watch me play you on stage? You know, stuff that Donnie did 50 plus years ago." So, wouldn't that be funny if Pamela that everything she said was true? I mean, you know, that would be funny. Elaine Peterson, congratulations, Adam, on your precious grandson that I'm now going to show a washed out version of. You'll see Adam fine because he's got a tan. Why didn't you take the baby to the beach? Let's see. Where are you again? You're in Lone Star State, right? Galveston, oh Galveston. That's all the lyrics I can remember now from Galveston. Ah, let's see here. What's going on? Text from my ex wife, the mother of my children. Hi, if you're watching. Um, let's see here. Did I transfer them over to Google Photos and erase them here? I don't remember doing that. But it would make sense because, you know, you fill up your phone. The reason you get Google Photos is to relieve space on your phone. Yeah, that's what I must have done. Do, 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 do. If I fell in love with you, would you promise to be true? So, all right. How's everybody doing? Jody Smith, Jack? That's Donnie's grandson? Are you kidding me? No, no way. Did I miss that piece of information? Wow. That's groovy, but in a far out kind of way. Do you know the term far out, Pamela? Marianne Rossi, not Donna Rossi, joins us. We're up to 52, hijack and all. Let's see here. I have to go. Okay. Oh, don't give me an ad that I've got to. No thanks. That means go back to the photos. I don't want the latest offer. It shouldn't be that hard. I certainly didn't erase the photos. I wouldn't do that. I would eventually probably print to Google. Then it would be a lot easier, Adam. This makes no sense. Mm-hmm. Okay. We'll do it another way. All I know is beautiful rap music. I think you all right, let me go to my email. My email, jackthefairguy at gmail.com. Jack the FAIR guy, fair like you're going to go to the carnival. Jack the fair guy at gmail.com. I see here Elaine Peterson has hit the Cash App for $10. That's the first thing. Someone named Teresa is asking me a question, and I will respond. So far, it sounds like a bad idea all around, Teresa. Doesn't sound like a good, but I need more information. Katina Swatsworth is claiming Bob is on Facebook. The website says he does not have a personal Facebook account. People can fake stuff right and left, you know. They can fake stuff. So let's see here. That's probably, oh, I see. It's Jupiter's Realm hitting the Cash App for the investigation of the Pamela Fund. Let's see here. All right. So I will type you in, Adam. I will not give up. I will go the extra mile for what will end up being a washed out photo. I've got to do it in pre-recorded. I got to print the photo, and that's the best way to do it. Here's Dallas. Baby's name is Dallas from Adam Davidson. And yeah. There you are. The D on your hat, I don't think is for the baby. It's for the Dallas Cowboys, right? I can't see any comments right now. Coming in closer, hoping for the best. Ever click on the button on your phone and nothing happens? Well, this is turning out to be a weird night. All right, we'll do that. It says move it a bit further away, so I'll try that too. Okay. Oh dear. Back on the live stream. Pamela loves Michael Jackson. Here's a question for you, Pamela. Pamela Anderson got quite a bit of press lately when she decided to do something different. What did she do? What did Auntie Pamela Anderson do? Very interesting about the grandson there. You love Michael Jackson because it all ties together. I get it. I get the inference. You know, you weren't going to say you loved the guy from, is it Maniskin? Is that how you pronounce it? Karen loves him. Yeah. But I'm not threatened by that. Men are not like that. Oh, well, some men are. You know, one of these macho tough guys. Don't you be looking at my woman. That kind of guy, yeah. But mostly, no. So let's see here. See what I get is the darn glare. I get the darn glare. This is why I don't get this on all photos, so why do I get it on yours? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Adam Davidson. Nice mustache, goatee. Yeah, it's pretty good. Not bad at all. Let's see here. Let's see how the latest picture that I saw on the one of the Dark Shadows Facebook groups. I'd never seen this one before of Alexandra Molka all dressed up, holding a dead lion. That's good. See, that shows up better. Why? I don't know. That goes back to when she was in her prime, but I think probably after she had left Dark Shadows. So I put up the thumbnail on one of our promos, and I said it was just thumbnail only. The beautiful, lovely, whatever Alexandra Molka, who was Victoria Winters on Dark Shadows. No, not the Johnny Depp movie. Not the Johnny Depp movie. I have heard he's considering Dark Shadows too, Johnny Depp. It actually did pretty well. It did extremely well in the rentals. Did extremely well long after. Now you can get it for free, but I think, is it on Prime Video or is it on Paramount Plus? It's not on a free service. But he got panned by the Dark Shadows fans. But it was meant to be a parody. It was meant to be a parody. And whether he's going to play Captain Jack or not, it seems on, then it's off, it's on, it's off. I don't know. It's 4 a.m. in London, says Jackie Organ. So what's it in Scotland then, huh? What's it in Scotland? Gotta go. My boyfriend's home from work. Bye. My boyfriend's home from work, and she's 15. I wonder who that really was. I wonder who wrote the book of love. Nancy's going to bed? Well, okay, Nancy. Gotta hit the hay. Hope everyone has a blessed Sunday. Thank you, Nancy. God bless you. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. You all come back now. You hear? You hear? Yeah, 4 a.m. in London. We used to have a gentleman that watched for quite a long time. I haven't heard from him in a long time, but he was in that area. Jack, I read Trump is lowering tariffs on our Australian beef, so you will be able to enjoy the best steak in the world without breaking the bank. Right. That's the one weakness in the Trump administration, really, is the prices of things like coffee. He's dealing with that. Beef, bananas. I haven't noticed them being that high. Eggs are fine again. They're not that, we got spoiled, I mean, you can't expect to get a dozen eggs for $1.99 because the farmer ain't making no money. The chickens get mad because they're not getting their cut. They want a piece of the action too. And they start saying, well, maybe we ain't going to lay no eggs. Use an egg substitute. That's what they tell That's what they tell the farmer, or not the farmer, but the whatever he is. Beautiful baby Adam, says Elaine Peterson. Same thing for Sandra Fair. Um, love me some Michael Jackson and Jackson 5. I can say nothing against Michael's music. Or the Jackson 5 music. Never can say goodbye. No, no, no. Never can say goodbye. That was a hit twice. Who else had a hit with that without looking it up? Without looking it up, who else had a hit not as big with Never Can Say Goodbye? Jane Justice, a little behind tonight. Hadn't felt the best. Tomorrow is my 77th birthday. I don't believe it, Jane Justice. It was just yesterday. You were 47. What happened? Happy birthday, Jane. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jane E. Happy birthday to you. And 23 more, then you got to get out of here. There's just too many people on this planet. Get off of my cloud. I hate a crowd on my cloud. You know what I'm saying? I used to say that on the radio every once in a while when I played that song by the Stones. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Jupiter's Realm. What do you think Pastor Bob meant when he said he was going to take care of business or something like that? Hey, he said he's got to take care of business. That's what he said. I think my personal feeling, which is worth is no more than yours. So I think you probably study the topic pretty much quite a bit yourself. I don't know, if you know all the things we say in the videos like The Verdict and the top 50 reasons why Bob Joyce may be Elvis. I speak of possibilities. I could be wrong about the whole thing. But I think he's preparing for 2026. I think Coleman, Alabama is preparation. I think studio albums being recorded in Tennessee is preparation. And let's face it, I don't know any other pastors that have 8x10s in the church, which are free. And after service, you line up with your 8x10 and maybe a CD that you bought. All proceeds go to Household of Faith. And he signs them and takes pictures. Yes, television pastors will take pictures. Joel Osteen, I don't know how he does it, because he preaches twice on Sundays. I'm not pro or against Joel Osteen. That's not what this is about. I'm just saying that, here he is in a former basketball arena where he first dated his wife, and now that's the church. And he stands on a line just for visitors. And so the real parishioners don't really get to talk to him at that time. It's hard. And he greets everybody. I suppose he takes pictures. I don't know. It seems like it would be too long of a process. So I think, I feel, as Phil Collins sang, there's something in the air, And I don't know how long it's going to take to materialize, because the one obstacle is the much larger sanctuary on the 9 acres of land they bought, where the barn church is. You can't say anything when you've got 262 seats or 65 seats, 265 seats, because you can't use that church anymore if you were to say something that would bring more people there. But if you really want to preach to a worldwide audience like you never have before, Is the Holy Spirit leading you in that direction? I mean, there are other places you can go while they build that sanctuary. There just are, and you can bus the church members down. Wait till spring. You won't have to worry about those snowy roads because I think they get a little snow and they definitely get ice and cold in Arkansas. Yeah. Uh, and just ship them down to Hot Springs, Bank OZK Arena, whatever, and hold your church service there. Hold your church service there until the other sanctuary is built. Pamela's back. I'm back. My boyfriend went Christmas shopping for me. He didn't want me to go because it's a surprise. Well, you're very inventive, Pamela. Um, so were you named after a falcon? Not sure. That would be your last name, but that's not really your name, is it? Hey, that equals PM. PM, private message. I just thought of that. How do we get one? How do we get one? What, Andrea? We talking about the CDs yet? Does Jack have a connection? Oh, I missed the first part of that. Phil Collins is my favorite artist. He's powerful. Poor man can't even lift drumsticks anymore. He's not going to be with us much longer, and that's sad. Jack, preparation for reveal in 2026 for Pastor Bob Joyce. For Pastor Bob Joyce? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Matt thinks so. I know that Donald Stone, are you watching, Donald? Sign in, for goodness sakes. Sign in. He says, well, you never sign into my channel. I'm not on that group. I'm not on any groups on Facebook, only Dark Shadows groups. I do admit I'm on the Dark Shadows appreciation page. I don't post much, but once in a while. Somebody asked a question on there as to why the actor who played the first Sam Evans was suddenly gone from the show. And it's quite an interesting story. And it's, a little bit, I tried to answer it in the most non-controversial way I could answer it. But, these administrators, it started to get, oh man, people were talking about it, everybody wanted to comment on it, but that didn't matter to the monitor or administrator. Very nice guy who runs Dark Shadows Appreciation Group, Larry Hardwick, right? He is really good, and he's got other people that help him because he can't be on there all the time. Anyway, they took my post down and all the thread, and it was gone. But the question, which will probably matter to nobody here, right? I just realized that. The question was, why was Mark Allen, who played Sam Evans first, a very capable actor who played a good drunk? It's interesting that both people who played Sam Evans were really alcoholics in real life, and Sam on the show liked to drink. They drank a lot of iced tea on that show. You know what I'm saying? They drank a lot of iced tea that was supposed to be scotch. But someone pointed out to me, if the tea is warm, is it really iced tea? Don't mess with my mind. Don't mess with my mind. I don't want to contemplate whether it's iced tea. If it says iced tea on the canister and you pour it in, but you don't put any ice cubes in there, is it iced tea? I got bigger things to think about here. Like, where am I going at the end of my life? Ooh, Elaine, I love that item. Pastor Bob Joyce signs as Elvis. I would like to keep that one. So there's a story there that you've never told us before, Elaine. Do you think that he can't wait for that too? Oh, so you're not saying he actually did it, because we know supposedly when Elvis Presley was signing a poster or something, he signed Bob Joyce on there. And that's kind of weird, because that would have meant he had that name in there then. He was thinking about using that name someday then. That was before he was John Burroughs. So I don't know. Robin Roman, maybe he is going to do it before the autopsy results are revealed. I think they pushed that back, Jackie. I think they pushed it back, and that's still 2027. So I think he would do it before 2027 if there's any truth to this story at all. Maybe it's just fictitious. Maybe it's just God created a clone. I don't know. I don't know. Now, did Katie Wilson leave Household of Faith and become the governor elect of Seattle? Oh my goodness. I don't know really Katie Wilson from Household of Faith very at all, but I do know that she probably has more character in her right pinky than Katie Wilson, the governor elect of Seattle, does. That woman who is still living with her parents and they were paying her way and what have you to run how many? What's the budget for Seattle? Oh, these woke people are making crazy go nuts decisions that you're going to have to live with. You got someone completely more probably unqualified than Mondami. I didn't say more evil than Mondami or as evil, but more. At least he was a New York assemblyman for a while, so he has some idea how government works. Seattle, you just, you what can I say? I know there's good people in Seattle. Maybe some of you are watching right now. Um, I would move. I would move. Enough is enough. Same thing with Portland, Oregon. In other words, the state of Oregon, Chicago. What are we supposed to say? You had Lori Lightfoot as the mayor, and then you go for someone even worse than her. Ugh, ugh. Jack Elvis always went by TCB. He always said that. Yeah. So, when he said that on camera in an interview, so he had time to think about what he was going to say. This wasn't just something that came out during a sermon where he accidentally, instead of calling himself Bob, it's like God is having a chat with him, and he's the scripture says, let us reason together. Well, Pastor Bob was reasoning together with the Lord. And so the Lord said to him, well, Bob, you got to think about this. However it went. But Bob forgot to say Bob when he preached the sermon. He forgot to say Bob. He said Elvis. And then you have the protectors that come in and say, "Oh, he didn't say that. He didn't say that." Well, uh, the heck with you and the horse you rode in on. The heck with you and the horse you rode in on. Anybody ride a horse today? Let's see here. Have you ever visited Scotland? No, I definitely haven't, Pamela. I'm not sure you have either, though. I'm not sure about this. You'll have to verify that. Um, you didn't answer my Pamela Anderson question, did you? Let's see here. Any other Pamela Anderson questions I could ask that weren't so obvious? You know, well, you are claiming to be 15. What was Pamela Anderson's big breakthrough show? Right like that. Type it. Type it. Don't look it up. Type it. um, if I missed somebody, I'm sorry. We could pray as a group for Pastor Bob to be in perfect alignment with God on what to do. Uh, Big decision. We can do that uh, at the end of the program. That's usually when I do prayer. Um, I just think that the Holy Spirit's got it all in check and has since 2011, and really before that. So I think when you have the Holy Spirit giving you personal attention, it's like, people say, oh, the devil made me do this, and funny stories about um, um, how people say God directed them, oh, yeah, God gave me this wonderful job. Um, he blessed me with this wonderful job. Nobody thought I could get it. It was all God. Come back 3 months later, they don't work there anymore. And you ask them about it, and they say, "Oh, they treated me badly. God told me to quit that job." The Games People Play by Joe South. Play that song. It's a great song. It's a great song that I used to play back in the day. Did you answer? Oh, well, now you've had enough time to look it up. Well, here's Neo. Pam Anderson, the one from that magazine? I don't know. I only read National Geographic. There's a lot of National Geographic jokes too. Back in the day, Katina Swatsworth. Hello, Jack and family. Hi, Katina. Just don't know of it. They are quick to say that Pastor Bob does not have a personal Facebook account. It's so easy to fake things these days, including AI images. AI images. So this whole thing with Charlie Kirk and God rest his soul. He's, I'm sure, in the presence of the Lord. My daughters were in Scotland 2 weeks ago. Did they meet a 15-year-old named Pamela? We need to know. We need to know. Well, yeah, Jane, but the reason I was posing that question was to see if Pamela could give me. Wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, she's talking about Pamela Anderson, and her name is Pamela. I didn't get that till just now. Oh, dear. I'm wondering who Pamela is. I think Pastor Bob is feeling the pressure where you will come to a place where all you'll feel are loaded guns at your face, and you'll have to deal with pressure. Now, I wish I could just play that song from Billy Joel. Oh, yes, I do. Love that song. I believe Pastor Bob is letting us know with hints like that, calculated statement like that, I would say. Not an ad lib, calculated statement. Yeah, I think so. I have Elvis Presley autographed mirror license plates on my Pearl Cadillac. Beautiful. Well, you never told us you were rich, Robin, so now we know. Now we know. Brenda Sweeney, mother of Sydney Sweeney, is here. Hey, Jack and gang, will you tell your daughter to please cover up? It's offensive. It's offensive. And I know Neo would agree with me on that. Oh, dear. Baywatch. It took quite a while to get that statement out of you, long enough to look it up on your phone. I've been there when she lifeguard. Well, you do write like a 15-year-old. You do. Let's see. You're going to have to just trying to think of my Pamela Anderson history. Believe me, it was many moons before you would have been born. So, Auntie Pamela took niece Pamela to, where did they shoot? Malibu? They, they may have shot in Malibu. They may have shot in Santa Monica. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm looking back in case I missed some comments. Let me go to the channel. We did a promo that I never even titled. I'm probably going to take it down, but it's got 409 views this afternoon promoting this show right here. And then we have our video. This is interesting that it has not changed views. And it's depressing, but it may not be accurate. Let me click on the video. I watch the free channel, says Vinny. Jack always mentions Amazon plus Amazon Prime Video. Okay. That's from our Thursday night Worldwide Ramblings. We're not always on Thursday, but I had to go to Westchester on Wednesday, and I was plumb tuckered out. Plumb tuckered out. And so we asked the question, what song would you like Bob Joyce to record? Several people said Bridge Over Troubled Water. Isn't it funny? Bridge Over Troubled Waters, says the announcer. Bridge Over Troubled Waters. Interesting how you put those little hearts with an arrow after your postings, Brenda. 3 in a row. Elvis recorded that song too, and sang it live more than once. I love that song. Art Garfunkel, could be this weekend, is in Yonkers, New York, like 3 dates in a row. He doesn't go out much. And he was, doing an intimate concert. I don't know how many seats, but I saw, Art Garfunkel, looking old. Don't we all look old after a while? And I thought, well, I don't know how the voice is now, but he sang that song, he did. And so Brenda suggested that. She also suggested, I think she meant Mary Did You Know? That's a Christmas song written by Mark Lowry, so he's not going to do that one. I think we've done enough Christmas albums. Would be my contribution. You've Got a Friend in Jesus is another song. Or Spirit in the Sky. Never been a sinner. I've never sinned. I've got a friend in Jesus. So a contemporary Christian group wanted to do that song, but they know that lyric made no sense at all and changed the lyric to, I've always been a sinner. I always sin, but I've got a friend in Jesus. Because the only sinless one was Christ himself. Katina Swatsworth, who's here now, perhaps still. I'm glad you got a good report at the doctor. I did Thursday. I love the scripture. Bob should record, I saw the light. Oh, I love the scripture. Yeah, okay. Bob should record, I saw the light. I saw the light. I saw the light. Jimmy Sturr does that. I love it, and he's done it at church before. Dad came home today. Okay. So this was a mini stroke? Tell me about it in the email, Katina, when you get a chance. Pastor Bob should do just a little talk with Jesus, says Amanda. Just a little talk with Jesus. And when the saints go marching in, that's a good one. I got to hand it to you. That's a good one. Unchained Melody, Chantel, right? Hi, Chantel she's a French Canadian, although I may have the wrong Chantel because usually she writes in Canadian, but all she said was Unchained Melody. We showed her picture here once with her husband. Help Me by Joni Mitchell. Joni Mitchell. Oh, she's woke as hell, of course, but she's old, and it surprises me when old people are woke. It just surprises me. I don't know why it does. But she said that Dylan was a fraud, just a mere copycat. Oh, really? I don't think so. I don't think so. Some of those early lyrics, Blonde on Blonde, and take a song like It's All Right, Ma, I'm Only Bleeding. Who did he rip that off of, Joni Mitchell? Who did he rip that off of? Positively 4th Street. Everybody Must Get Stoned. All rip-off songs, really? You're going to have to back those words up. You for some reason, you don't like Dylan. But let me tell you, his body of work is stronger than yours. With that said, Joni, Pay Paradise, Put Up a Parking Lot, and Help Me. Those are great songs, and you have others. You have others. So I don't, deny your talent, but why would you say that about one of the greatest poets of all times who admits that he doesn't have that gift anymore? He couldn't write those songs today. They were with him for a season, but the gift is come and gone. Although, who was it that said there's no such thing as it was Jerry Seinfeld? There's no such thing as writer's block. There's fear and there's laziness, but there's no such thing as writer's block. I thought that was a pretty provocative statement for Mr. Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah. Jailhouse Rock? No. he should record he should record Jailhouse Rock. Say it twice. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. Definitely not. He's not looking for that kind of attention. Blue Christmas, Christmas song. Donna Smith, so can't put that on a album he's going to record in the spring. And I don't think it's necessary. Would love to hear Bob's version of the old Rugged Cross. That's valid. People love the old hymns, and I understand that, Dig. And then some contemporary Christian music by music like Chain Breaker. I have not heard that one, but boy, if you can break the chain that's been going on from generation to generation, you've done a good thing. Good Father and the blessings. Oh, and come, Jesus, come. Okay. Carol Cook, hi Jack. Saw you and Karen at the laundromat. There's a video up of us at the laundromat. Check it out. Check it out. You check it out, Nancy DeMarco. That's where I show the electric bike that's perfect for you. Got here just now, so missed this, but so no song in there. American Trilogy, says Chris Starry. When it comes to American Trilogy, it's like Unchained Melody. Don't do something that you can't do as well as you once did. This is why Paul McCartney shouldn't be trying to screech, maybe I'm amazed, because he can't hit the notes. He can't hit the notes. It's just that time has come and gone. Stick with My Love. Does it good? Oh, my love. Oh, my love. Hold on. Let me just get through this. Cheryl Chambers checked in. I'm probably gonna get snarked at, but I'm speaking from the heart with my song suggestions. Really? I have two requests. Until You've Known the Love of God by Rusty Goodman. Have I ever heard Rusty Goodman? I've certainly heard the name. That's one for me to check out. That's one for me to play on the Spotify. Search Goodman Revival and listen to it. Oh, that's the only place I'm going to find it. It's not going to be on Spotify. I Call It Home by Squire Parsons. There's a name I've heard, never heard a song by him. I Call It Home. It's a good title. When my mother died, I inherited her songbooks and I started playing the piano again. So I'll try to check out those songs before I pass them on. And you feel really strongly about that, Cheryl Chambers. Update. Dad feels good. He said he doesn't feel like he had a stroke. That's wonderful. Praise Jesus. Amen. Amen. Hello, Jack and family. Says, bye, you girl. Hope everything went well. Been at the hospital with my grandson. So add me in prayer. Just pretend, says Stephanie. Sentiment for me because I think of my dad. But oh yes, the previous commenter, bridge over troubled waters. Yeah. I wrote back to Stephanie. Just pretend is just not who Bob Joyce is. He does not believe any human relationship. I guess I looked up the lyrics. Should take preeminence over Jesus. No room for bitterness or pretending, I said. So, at the time, I had a real purpose for writing that. All right. So we have 57 watching right now. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell. We are way behind in views, which means I'm not going to get much from views so far this month unless something big happens in the Bob Joyce story. And it's the quiet time. They're getting ready to celebrate Thanksgiving and then Christmas Eve service, perhaps. I don't know if he does one. He does a Christmas Day service, I think. Good night, Katina. Thank you for stopping by. So glad to hear about Daddy. Very, very good. Amen. I used to sing a lot of Hillsong songs. Yeah. Well, they were great praise. Back in my Sound of Life radio network, Hillsong was there. There was some controversy in that church that had them. Hillsong Ministries controversy and what have you, but who knows? Jack, Pastor Bob should do the song "And I Love You So." Let me look that up. I know this Perry Como song. Definitely, he should not do "It's Impossible." I would sell my very soul and not regret it. What a stupid lyric. Well, Elvis has done that song. You probably do know that. And he did an excellent job with that song. Pastor Elvis Presley did a wonderful job with And I Love Her So. They actually play it on the Oldies channel. It was not a hit record for him. But, let's see here. Yeah, it is a great song. You're right. Do 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 do. And I Love You So. Don McLean did that song? I'd like to hear his version. Why am I having trouble with this? Why am I not? All right, I'll put in Perry's name. Because Perry had the hit with it. And there it is. It comes up, I Want to Give. The song is called I Want to Give? What the heck is going on here? Between Pamela from Scotland and weird stuff like this, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. And I love you so. The people ask me how I've lived till now. This is the one Elvis did. I tell them I don't know. I guess they understand how lonely life has been. But life began again the day you took my hand. That's all I better try to get away with there. Big hit, but it's called I Want to Give. I'm shocked. So were you thinking of another song? That's the song Elvis did, and he did a beautiful job with it, He didn't even have to really try to do that one in a different way. He just had his magical voice in there. Perry Como had a great voice. Wonderful. But there's only one Elvis Presley, isn't there? Did I say that in the present tense? Why did I do that, Neil? Bob could always do Amazing Grace. Well, he did on Safely Home, but he did it differently, not the traditional way. In the past, he has done it, or somebody did it traditionally. That's the song. Okay. So why are they giving that title? I was sure it was called And I Love Her So. All these years I was in error. Lovely Rita Maid. Hi, Jack and everyone. I love that song. Yeah, me too, right? Elvis version. Play it. It's wonderful. But so is Mr. Como's version. But no, not It's Impossible. I would sell my very soul and not regret it. That's that's crazy go nuts. That's full tilt bozo. Full tilt bozo. Can you believe? You know, I haven't really done much content. We're just having family time. These shows are amazing. I mean, we have been on longer than the average movie, huh? Which is like an hour and 30 minutes. I mean, I know there's movies that go 3 hours, but it feels like I just got on. That's how great it is being with you people. Use people. Use people. Um, Peace in the Valley, great song, yes. He has sang that in the church. Judy has problems with her knee. I'm very late, probably won't be up too much longer. Tomorrow, mid morning, will be a week shy, complete of my knee replacement surgery. It's been rough, but believe me, I'm now on the mend. And isn't that good when you start to feel better? If I could dream, yes, Jane Justice, an incredible song. Do you want to do a song that would be hard to equal the way you did it once upon a time? Who says he did it once upon a time? Probably one of you conspiracy theorists, you know. What you going to tell me next? JFK Jr.'s alive. Jim Morrison's alive. And yeah, there's even people saying Charlie Kirk faked his death. Oh, dear. So, yes, good news, Judy. I know you had some trepidation about the whole thing. Who wouldn't? Todd Balu. Hi, Jack. Hi, Todd. You've been here before. It's been a while. Where are you from again? Welcome, welcome, welcome to you. Um, I'm really bothered by the fact that I can't remember the title of the new show I'm going to do pre-recorded, and I must remember the exact title. Stuff like this is on some level terrifying. um, okay. So I've never played one of my own videos really on the air, audio only, while we're doing another show. I don't think I have. That doesn't seem to ring a bell. How far in? From whatever your assignment is from God. How are you? My name is Jack Willard. We're outside. This is a pop on to promo. Pop on to promo. So, I never gave this a title. Hippies, yippies, dippies. You know who you are, the dippies. We know. You don't got 52 cards, do you? No, we know. And then, of course, the flower girls. I love the flower girls. They are groovy and cool. I'd like to swim with them in a pool. Oh, boy. That guy's nuts. I should never take LSD before a broadcast. And I didn't. Too much of a paranoid person. I am too much. And so that was the end of that. So I'm going to, for some reason, these deer that we feed and the cutest things. I want to find what I said about the new show. And, sorry. I hate those prayer symbols, but occasionally they're appropriate. Occasionally. I'm just kidding you, Adam, although that's how I really feel. Just make a meager budget, which don't start it. She's, like she's going to listen to me. Women, you can't live with them. Can't live without them. Yeah. Who is this guy? Here's somebody new. Something that would have the word no sugarcoating in the title. Okay, I think I'm getting to the topics I will talk about. Yeah. Oh, I'll have all the cake I want because God will keep me, to 105 years old if that's His will. I think I'm going to talk about the new show right here, which will be pre-recorded. Pre-recorded, maybe half an hour. I don't know. We'll do it, when it's time to do it. And I'm going to try very hard to commit to it. And I don't expect it to get a lot of views. We'll be building an audience that's outside the audience that we have now, perhaps. Maybe I'll get a nice surprise. Who knows? But it'll take a while to get a strong audience if we ever get one. If not, it'll just be something that I did that is from the heart, from the heart. So let's listen to that. Faith and honest talk about Christianity, and what have you will be one of the topics I will talk about in End of the Game Ramblings for sure, because my goodness, if not now, when? If I don't take this more seriously at 69 going on 70, if not now, when? Yes. There's my title. I forgot. End of the Game Ramblings. End of the game. I'm in the fourth quarter. I know that. And there's all kinds of things going on. And I'm going to write that down. Faith will be one topic. And it won't be the only topic. Joe Rogan talks about a plethora of different things. I'm going to do it like a radio show because that's who I am, a radio guy. Can't say I would ever never do a Zoom if someone had a Zoom link already set up. If I have a guest, but a guest on the phone is fine too. If you listen to the Sean Hannity radio show weekdays from 3 to 6 East Coast time, or Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, who I love, they replaced Rush. Took two people to try and replace Rush. And of course, it was only one, Rush Limbaugh. So, End of the Game Ramblings. I like it. Yeah, I just, it's going to be somewhat laid back, honest kind of show, things that have nothing to do with Pastor Bob Joyce. It's going to be pre-recorded, probably about 30 minutes in length. It's not going to be interactive, although I do have an email address. But it's not like, since we're already having interactive on our live streams and in the comment section of our other pre-recorded videos, I don't want to find myself at 12:20 having to duplicate comments. I know it'll take a while for people to really be interested in this. So I would have to feel like that was successful before I ever thought of certainly doing a live version of it, or putting comments in there, because if you pour your heart and soul, I'm just being as honest as I can. If you pour your heart and soul into something and the comment is, "Hi, Jack, how are you and Karen doing? What's new with Bob Joyce?" That's not encouraging. That's not encouraging. I'm so thrilled for you guys and what has happened here. I've been talking about the topic with Pastor Bob since 2018, but now it's coming up on like 2 years we've been doing the live shows. I don't know the exact anniversary date. I'll look back and see if I can find it. So yeah. So it'll just be something I'm putting out there, and if I see it building an audience and views and what have you, then uh, you know. I noticed though when John Wells does his program, he's got multiple guests on a lot, and he's talking real serious subjects. And then I look at the chat and they're talking about Corvettes. That does happen. So, I understand that. But I don't want to have to duplicate responses, when we already have this, and we already have the occasional pre-recorded video on Pastor Bob Joyce. I don't want to do fake pre-recorded videos where I give the video a good title and it doesn't live up to that. Can't say I've never missed the mark, and that's what's happened. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't want to, come up with a great title and then you see me trying to come up with something in real time. That's really sloppy, and everybody knows. Everybody knows that you're missing the mark. You're not fooling them. You're not fooling them. Some things I don't understand. I understand fair use clips. I don't understand. Why am I saying this? I don't understand putting up a 18-minute video that that the household of faith and people involved with the Pastor Bob Joyce ministry are not happy with, and you don't immediately take it down. And then, then you issue dire possibilities that this channel may be gone soon. Like if you lose a channel, you're not going to lose the whole shebang. I believe that's how it works. You lose it all. So 3 strikes, So I don't get that. I don't get that. I had the experience of doing a video. You can find this video on my list here of pre-recorded videos. An apology to Bob and Willina Joyce. Someone in the inner circle let me know that when I talked about a new Pastor Bob album that was being recorded, I was thinking in the Weird Al frame of mind. I thought of some possible song titles that I was pretty sure most people would know that I was joking, that I was not serious about these titles. I was suggesting would be on the new Bob Joyce album, or could be. 60% of the people thought I was dead serious. So then I heard from the inner circle and said that would be offensive. Willina looks in sometimes. God bless you for looking in sometimes, Miss Willina. Everybody I've ever heard from says you're wonderful. And so I did an apology video. I took the other video down. That's what a smart person does. That's what a smart person does. How do you work inside a branch of what Pastor Bob Joyce is trying to do and not immediately take that video down? It's beyond my comprehension. Brenda Sweeney. Omega XL does wonders for knee pain. It's a wonderful thing. Omega XL completely fixed my husband's knee pain. Powerful stuff. Jack, Pastor Bob could do the song Feelings. Nah. Because he wouldn't feel that it's superficial feelings. Feelings, nothing more than feelings. Well, yeah, it is more. Because if you're talking about feelings that matter, it kind of is what the Holy Spirit uses to give you that feeling that he is drawing you, wooing you. So Morris Albert in his one hit can go fly a kite. Yeah. Oh boy, that song. They played the death out of that song. Another song they played the death of was We Had Joy, We Had Fun, We Had Seasons in the Sun. Terry Jacks of the Poppy family. Terry and Susan Jacks. I think I got that right. It's been a long time. The Poppy family. Which way you going, Billy? Can I go with you? Can I go, Billy? Jupiter's realm. Tonight, my right knee went completely numb. Not a good sign. Oh, dear. So I don't know if Pastor Bob will record any what we call secular songs on his new album. I don't think it would be a terrible thing for him to do that if he loved a particular song. I don't expect him to do the Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin. Robert Plant can't do the Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin anymore. Yeah. Oh, we all know there's so many wonderful songs out there, but he wants to do songs that fit what he's doing right now, that fit his mission and what have you. So um, we shall see. We shall see. All right. So we got 50 watching right now. Please subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. Please hit the thanks button if you can for any amount, as Sammy did tonight. And we're down in that. We're down, we've got what I call the gold section of people that help keep the lights on in the Cash App department. But we need more of them. We need more of them. To the inbox. And Christina Wilburn. That could be Patrick, or it could be really wife. I think I've got this wife, Christina Wilburn. Thank you for hitting the Cash App. Thank you very, very much. Indeed is asking me to drive with DoorDash. No, thank you. I am not going to drive for DoorDash. Thank you, Jupiter's Realm, for hitting the Cash App, and Elaine Peterson as well. Vinny is working in the casino. And on the Thursday night show, we thanked Todd Bradshaw, and we thanked Vinny Maru. He was there for the Thursday night show. So there you go. And Tammy as well. Tammy also hit the Cash App for $15, and the Cash App handle, if you have it on your phone, is Media Guy 56. You can do it in the replay. Hello, replay crowd, our biggest part of the audience. Media Guy 56, MEDIAGUY 56, lowercase letters, Media Guy 56. All right. So there you go. And back to the live stream. Go down to the bottom here. 49 watching right now. There, Neo put it in there, Media Guy 56 on Cash App, which you load from the Google Play Store. You have to connect your checking account, and then you can use it to receive money, send money, even use it to pay bills. I pay one big bill via Cash App every month, the one that I didn't expect, but I now have. From myself. Well, thank you, Christina. I really appreciate that. My husband, peace and love and good night. From myself, my husband, peace and love and good night. Thanks for stopping, Christina, to Worldwide Rambling Saturday. Appreciate that very, very much. Yeah, I get the shots in my knees every year and a half, and they do very well by me. They do very well by me. The doctor's in love with Karen, so he's always happy to see her with me, and then says, "Why don't you go for a walk or something, buddy?" And I say, "I'm here for knee shots. I'm not ready to walk. I'm here for you to reduce my pain." And they always work out pretty good for me. I do not like that song. What am I thinking of? What song are we talking here? Andrea says you are very humble and respectful to apologize. Well, I'm not here to offend Pastor Bob Joyce, who I've never heard from, or Willina, who I've never heard from, or anybody in the inner circle. someone once in the inner circle told me there was only one Bob Joyce, not anybody that I've mentioned, somebody that's, in in the inner circle. And only one, only has been one. So that means this is the current pastor of Household of Faith. That's the current pastor of Household of Faith. I've had someone else in the inner circle say, no. So what do you do with that? What do you do with that? It's like people that say he doesn't look like Elvis, he doesn't sound like Elvis. What more fibs do you have to tell me? Because go sell crazy somewhere else. I'm all full up here. I got a new show to think about now. Yeah. It's called End of the Game Ramblings, which will pop up randomly. It's not interactive. Maybe someday, if I thought there was a real interest in the topic, it may take a while to build it. Why am I doing this? Because I think it's been on my heart, especially when I talk about faith. That part is really the part that's been on my heart, um, because obviously I feel God is calling me to a deeper walk. There are things that I want to say. People assume that I am godly, and I'm not. I'm not. That doesn't mean that I don't pray and that I feel that I was born again in 1984, but I've had major trouble over the years putting feet to my faith. As I said, if New York pizza with mushrooms and peppers done right, don't throw on raw peppers like Domino's does. That's not New York pizza, of course. But if God were New York pizza, I'd have no problem um, proving my allegiance. um, but God is not New York pizza. And there are many doubts and questions that come to mind. And I think it's okay to talk about them in a respectful way. And I think there's a lot of game playing in the practice of Christianity. I don't know about in other countries. I only know about where I've been, this neck of the woods. Did I ever go to church in California? I wasn't saved then, so probably not. Um, but I've been to church in a number of different places. And so there's things on my heart, and I'm hoping it will help my walk and maybe someone else's walk. It goes back to what was the original intent of this channel, the virtual church of the disillusioned, depressed and downtrodden. That's the complete title. Doesn't roll off the tongue, I realize. But that's what I even called myself Pastor Allen in the beginning. If you go to the 2016 videos that are, many of them are still up, you'll see a heavier me, and you'll see me calling myself Pastor Allen. Allen is my middle name. But after a while, I thought, well, I know that scripture that says that those who teach will be held to a higher account. And I asked myself, at this time, does my walk, is it strong enough to call, to be calling myself a teacher? And it wasn't, and it isn't. And so that's when I just started to, I dropped that, just use Jack, and said that I'm going to share. When I feel the Lord is leading me to share something, I'll share. I'm a sharer, a sharer. And that's it. And that's what this will be about. But it'll be from the heart. But we'll also talk about other topics that people are interested in as well. So we'll see what happens with it. I'm not saying how often it'll be on and what have you, but I don't want it to become another one of these projects that I do like 4 or 5 of, like the homage to Rush. See, it's not getting much of a response and give up. I want to go on and, talk about heart topics, and also we'll do some of the fun, edgy topics like what the heck is going on out there in our skies? What the heck is going on? Is it demons? Is it angels? Why would a demon need a spaceship? Why would a demon need a spaceship? So that'll be something we're going to do, and I hope you will watch end of the game ramblings. I notice when I go off topic, it's not usually good. It's not usually good. Lately, because of the oversaturation of other Bob Joyce programmers, um, they have hurt themselves and they've hurt me. And um, that's just the way it is. But it's also a quiet time for the topic. Pastor Bob had a heck of a year, right? So things are calming down. And 2026 is a whole other story. But I'm not going to try to manufacture something being hot when it's kind of quiet right now. It's kind of quiet right now. I'm not going to promise you something in a title and then not deliver it. Have I ever done that before? Probably. But I learned my lesson. That is cheating people, and they quickly know you're full of donkey dust. They quickly know. It's like listening to Hakeem Jeffries or AOC. You see their eyes roll up to the top and they're trying to come up with something that will justify the topic that they're talking about and try to sound intelligent and informed and prepared. That's a big one. And it's so clear that they're not. It's so clear that they're not. AOC is, as John Kennedy says, AOC is the reason there's directions on the shampoo bottle. I think I used that joke 2 weeks in a row, so I apologize, Elaine Peterson. The Year of the Cat. It's a great song, but it's a played out song. It meant something to Al Stewart, though. And, it was great for. There's songs that just don't have staying power, and then there are songs that never go. I mean, it amazes me that the young kids know the song Sugar, Honey, Honey, You Are My Candy Girl. Andy Kim wrote that song, and Ron Dante from, 1,000 different groups, including the 1910 Fruit Gum Company, sang that song. He also sang Tracy with the cufflinks. Ba 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 ba. Come with me, don't say no. Ron Dante, he had more titles, more groups that they invented for him to sing with. Why didn't they just say Ron Dante? He's now the lead singer of the Turtles because Howard is too sick to do it. And we lost Mark Volman. We lost Flo. And that's a shame. Love the Turtles. Love the Turtles. So, yeah, there's oldies that have staying power. And then, of course, there's oldies that don't. Obviously, God Only Knows by Brian Wilson, by the Beach Boys. Well, Paul McCartney says it's the greatest pop song ever written. Paul McCartney says that. Good Vibrations. That has won best song ever recorded. We're talking about pop songs. We're not talking about the big band Sinatra stuff because that's so great. But, those Beach Boys songs were incredible. I'm not talking so much about Surfing USA. That was what they were doing because it was their image and great. But Brian Wilson wrote a few gems, are real gems there. And I just mentioned two of them. He was. So I talked to this actor named Gary who has got Trump derangement syndrome up the yin yang. But when he cuts his hair short and puts a little color in it, he looks like Brian Wilson. So he doesn't want to talk to me. He says to stay in my bubble, my Trump bubble. He can't answer what I'm saying. He doesn't have really an argument for it. So you know, like so many actors, he takes his potential audience and cuts it in half and just puts up post after post, negative post about Trump and his followers. No respect for the president of the United States. And this man served in the military, but he would have respect for Joe Biden? Really? Look at the things Joe Biden did and said and tell me how that's anything but bat crap stupid. Yeah. Wendy Wilson is not too bad either. Don't know her. Must be somebody new. I'm an old man, Neo. I'm not 21 like you. Joe is a clone. Which Joe? Joe who? See if I missed the first part, if there is a first part. Um how do you say that place, Neo? You come up with some strange entries. Like Neo says, occasional cortex. What the heck is he talking about? I just think that you may be one of those hybrids they talk about, Neo Neon. But you do nice thumbnails, I'll say that much. I'll ask you for a new one soon. The salmon situation is awful in Australia, says Helen McDonald. Some things happening with barramundi farms off the Kimberley coast. The algae bloom here is still very bad. Hundreds dead. Fish washing up every day. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I wonder if that means Flaming Grill is not going to have salmon all the time now. I'm ready for my Flaming Grill experience, but I don't know when we'll actually get there. Carol Cook, hi, Jack. Wish we had Trump for our prime minister in Canada. I can understand. Well, he just wants to make it our next state, you know. I don't think they're going to go for that. He was serious about it for a while. Then he realized that won't be happening. All right. So there you go. So we praise God that Judy Bausch's surgery went well, but it's painful recovery. But she's starting to feel better, and that's wonderful stuff. Brenda Noyce didn't really give her medical report, and that is rare. I don't think she did. But she's got many things wrong with her. So keep Brenda in prayer. We praise God for the recovery of Katina's dad. Must have been a very mild stroke, and that's good news because strokes can be debilitating. I could never say that word. Debilitating. Yeah. So, once you get to be a certain age and your blood pressure goes up a little bit, oh, I'm going to have a stroke, I was thinking that. My numbers were really good at Westchester Medical Center on Wednesday, and but I'm out of Camzyos, and my cardiac MRI was still good. Not MRI. I can't do MRIs. Not with the defibrillator. They say there's a way. I don't want to know the way. I don't want to do that anymore. Did enough of those things. Cardiac sonogram. So if I can't get any more Camzyos, I'll have to have another one in January. I don't want to drive that way in January. So we'll see what happens. They're trying to get it for me, but my insurance is maxed out because that is one expensive drug. I love the four freshmen. Says, excuse me. Says Robin Roman. Is that 3 coins in a fountain? 3 coins in a fountain. Can't remember the rest. It's a good song. They had a few hits, didn't they? Probably more than I remember because their hits started early 50s, late 40s. I don't know. I love the Letterman. I love the Vogues, Turn around, look at me. They're still out there, some version of them. I think the New Seekers, I think that's what they called themselves from the start, right? Not just the Seekers, or I don't know. I think it's the original 4 members out there. Hey there, Georgie girl, and I know I'll never find another you. Yeah, I would see the new Seekers. I would. They look like a lot of fun. I never know what you're saying, Neil. China Phillips, right? Okay. All right. Been a long time since I saw some of the Caddyshack movie. I don't know if I ever saw the whole movie. I saw Bob Barker throw the punch to what's his name there. I love salmon, or as the Latinos say, salmon. I remember talking to my good friend, who's also my supervisor when I was doing the cleaning job. Uh, I'll think of his name. I s- he was talking about um, good foods that are good for you, and he said salmon. I said, "Oh yes, salmon." He said, "No, salmon really is. You know, why do we call it salmon? Why do we take the L out? I don't know." Yeah, it's so good for you. Talk about omega-3, right? Talk about omega-3. Looking for my Walmart readers. There they are. Buy my skin cream. She's married to Billy Baldwin. Who's married to Billy Baldwin? So many Baldwin brothers. Um, who? Elaine Peterson. I got to clean these glasses. Got to clean them up. She is married to Billy Baldwin? China Phillips? I never knew that. Don't know much about her. Um, Stephen Baldwin is the father-in-law of Justin Bieber, right? Yeah. Used to love the barbershop quartet. Quartets. Look at this. We're going over again. Can't believe it. It's the fastest time. These shows, it's not really good to go this long, but then again, people are only going to watch a piece of it anyway, for the most part. You loyal people that watch the whole thing, God bless you. God bless you. I appreciate that. But if it doesn't get 1,000 views total, it's a freebie, you know? It's a freebie. And that's okay. But, there is a budget to be made. So please subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, and please hit the thanks button or the Cash App. Part of Psalm 88, a psalm of the sons of Korah. O Lord, the God who saves me, day and night I cry out before you. May my prayer come before you. Turn your ear to my cry. For my soul is full of trouble, and my life draws near the grave. Oh boy, this is perfect, especially for my new program. I am counted among those who go down to the pit. My goodness. I am counted among those who go down to the pit. I am like a man without strength. I am set apart with the dead, like the slain who lie in the grave, whom you remember no more, who are cut off from your care. You have put me in the lowest pit, in the darkest depths. Your wrath lies heavily upon me. You have overheard me. You have overwhelmed me with all the waves. You have chosen from me my closest friends and have made me repulsive to them. I am confused and cannot escape. My eyes are dim with grief. I call to you, O Lord, every day. I spread out my hands to you. Do you show your wonders to the dead? Do those who are dead rise up and praise you? If your love is your love declared from the grave, your faithfulness in destruction, and your wonders known in the place of darkness, or your righteous deeds in the land of oblivion? But I cry to you for help, O Lord. In the morning, my prayer comes before you. Why, O Lord, do you reject me? This guy's in a major depression and hide your face from me. From my youth, I have been afflicted and close to death. I have suffered your terrors and am in despair. Your wrath has swept over me. Your terrors have destroyed me. All day long they surround me like a flood. They have completely engulfed me. You have taken my companions and loved ones from me. The darkness is my closest friend. I don't know if I've ever read Psalm 88 before. It's perfect to comment on in my new program, though, that'll be pre recorded. End of the game ramblings. But we'll talk about other things too on that program, other things as well. But you'll hear some heart to heart talk in the topic of faith, heart to heart talk. So I hope you'll give it a chance. Hope you'll give it a chance when you see it. Okay. Wow, that was powerful. Um, Nobody wants to go to hell. Do we make sure that's not our destination? Do we do our part? Do we do our part? Everybody's talking about powdered eggnog. Okay. Good night, Elaine Peterson. Thank you for hitting the Cash App, Media Guy 56, Media Guy 56. Thank you very, very much. And thank you, everybody, for watching Worldwide Ramblings for Saturday night, now an early Sunday morning. Replay crowd, thanks for coming in. Please subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, hit the thanks button if you can. Any amount is wonderful and very, very much appreciated. Talk to you soon with a new program, and we'll do another Worldwide Rambling soon. I'll do a promo letting you know when that will be okay. So that's how we're doing it now. So, you know for sure when we're coming on. We might still pop on to pop off if there's like breaking news or something. So, always have that notification bell on. Jack Willard is my name. Jack the Fair Guy, FAIR. Jack the Fair Guy at gmail.com is my email. Talk to you soon. Bye bye for now.